You ever have one of those great trading ideas, a real hunch, but then you get stuck trying to turn it into something real, something you can actually automate? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through that exact journey, how to get from a simple idea in your head to a powerful AI-driven trading pipeline.
And it usually starts with a thought just like this. It's an intuition, right? It's how so many great ideas begin. But it's also kind of messy. It's conceptual, and a computer has absolutely no idea what to do with it. This is the classic starting point.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually bridge that gap? How do you translate that messy human thought into a set of precise logical rules a machine can follow perfectly, day in and day out, with zero emotion? Well, the answer is pretty fascinating.
See, the solution isn't one single magic piece of software. It's more like a team of specialists. The best way to think about it is like a digital assembly line for trading ideas. Each intelligent agent in this line has one very specific job, and it does that job perfectly before passing its work down to the next agent.
So, this digital assembly line, that's our roadmap. We're going to follow an idea as it moves through this 5-agent pipeline, step by step, and watch it get forged into a sophisticated, automated trading system. And here's the whole crew: the generator, the validator, the backtester, the scanner, and the inside agent. Each one of these makes our idea smarter and stronger. Let's kick things off at the very beginning with the strategy generator.
Okay, first up is the strategy generator. This is really where the first bit of magic happens. Its entire job is to be our translator, to listen to us, the human, and then speak to the machine by creating the first official blueprint of our strategy.
So this agent is basically our interpreter. It takes our kind of vague, everyday language and spits out this perfectly structured file called a JSON. You can just think of JSON as the universal language for computers. It's clean, it's organized, and it leaves zero room for misinterpretation. It's the critical bridge from our brain to the machine's brain.
And you can see the transformation right here. On the left, that's our idea in plain English. Now look at the right. That's the agent's work. It's turned our words into precise, structured logic. It automatically figured out what fast and slow meant and turned the whole thing into a formal expression. It's not just an idea anymore. Now it's an executable rule.
Okay, so we've got our blueprint, but you wouldn't build a house just from the first draft of the plans, right? That's what these next 2 agents are for. They're all about quality control and then a little bit of creative genius. First up is the strategy validator. Think of this agent as the tough but fair quality inspector. Before we go any further, it runs a whole checklist. Is the code structured right? Does the logic even make sense? Or is there a contradiction? Are the risk settings sane? It's basically asking, is this strategy actually ready for the real world? This step prevents so many errors later on.
Once a strategy gets the green light from the validator, it heads to the engine room, the backtesting and discovery agent. This thing is the computational heart of the entire pipeline. It not only tests our strategy against years of historical data to see how it would have done, but it also gets creative. It uses what's called a genetic algorithm to literally evolve and invent even better versions of our original idea.
So this genetic algorithm, how does that work? Well, it basically copies evolution, but for trading strategies. First, it evaluates a whole population of them to see which ones are the fittest. Then it selects the best performers. Step 3 is crossover, where it breeds them by mixing and matching their best rules. And finally, it throws in some random mutations to spark new ideas. It just runs this loop over and over, and the strategies keep getting better.
And the results? They speak for themselves. The initial strategy we came up with, it's okay, maybe a fitness score of 65. But the strategy that the AI evolved after running its process? A 92. That's not just a little tweak, that's a huge leap in performance that the machine discovered all on its own.
So we have a validated high-performing strategy. Awesome. But a plan sitting on a hard drive is pretty useless. The next 2 agents are all about putting this thing into action and then making sense of what it finds. This is where we go from theory to practice.
The signal scanner is the workhorse. Its job is to take our awesome, evolved strategy and apply it to the market right now. It scans hundreds, thousands of stocks in real time, checking our rules against the very latest data to answer that one crucial question: what should I be looking at right now? And this is what it spits out. For every stock it's watching, you get a clear signal: buy, sell, or hold. And what's really important, it gives you these reason codes, the specific rules that were triggered.
But as you can see, this is still computer speak. It's accurate, but it's not exactly easy to read.
And that's where our final agent steps in, the insight agent. This one is the systems communicator. Its entire job is to take all that technical data, the reason codes, the numbers, and translate it all back into simple, human-readable English. It's the agent that explains the what. And this is the magic moment. Remember those cryptic codes from the last slide? The insight agent turns them into this, a clear, simple explanation that anyone can understand. It tells you exactly what happened and why the system made its call. This is what makes the whole thing transparent and trustworthy.
So let's just step back for a second and look at what we've just walked through. We've watched this team of specialized agents work together to take a simple thought and methodically refine it, test it, and improve it until it became an actionable, intelligent process.
And that's the real takeaway here. We started with a messy, vague human thought, and we ended with a precise, validated, and fully explained automated insight. The power isn't in any single step, it's in the entire process, this structured transformation of our intuition into actual intelligence.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big question. If we can build a pipeline like this to automate and perfect something as complex as developing a trading strategy, what other areas of human expertise could be transformed in the exact same way? What's the next messy human process that we can teach machines to master?